Justice Angelina Gutierrez, my esteemed colleague in the Supreme Court of the Philippines, I should really explain her position as chair of the Knowledge Sharing Committee. This committee is actually the External Relations Committee of the Supreme Court. It relates to the other Supreme Courts of the world and shares knowledge with this various judiciaries in terms of judicial reform. So she spearheads our judicial reform program in the Supreme Court. In talking of my colleagues, I should also acknowledge the presence of two officials of the Supreme Court, Rigodon over there. Evelyn is head of our judicial, our program management office that oversees the day-to-day functions of our reform program. I'd like you to know that Evelyn has just come from the Russian Federation because the Supreme Court of Russia requested the Philippine Supreme Court for technical assistance in setting up their own judicial reform office. So the Philippine Supreme Court has rendered technical assistance to the Russian Supreme Court. I'd like to look forward to the day when the Philippine Supreme Court will render assistance to the Mexican Supreme Court, Ambassador Campos, and the Italian Supreme Court, Ambassador Rubens, my good friends. I should also introduce another official of the Philippine Supreme Court, our Public Information Officer, Nas Khan. With that, I also wish to acknowledge, of course, the President of the Asian Institute of Management, Bobby Ocampo. You may not know it, but during his term as Secretary of Finance of the Philippines, he was acclaimed by Euromoney, which is the Bible of the finance world, particularly in Europe, as the best finance minister in the world. Something that no minister of finance in Asia, in our part of the world, has achieved up to the present. Correct? And then, of course, I greet Professor Vicky Ticuanan. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagpapakilala. One day, I think my wife will realize that she has not made a mistake when she said yes 45 years ago. Dr. Stephen Root, the representative of Asia Foundation, and a partner of the Philippine Supreme Court in its effort to reform the judiciary here and to become a model for other Supreme Courts in the world in the matter of judicial reform. Ms. Tina Yao, our chair of the National Commission on the Role of Women, then Poch Maharanas, who is the reason for this gathering. He was actually Undersecretary of Foreign Affairs a few years back, but now is a full-fledged academic. We have also, of course, Dr. Dick Lim, our good friend, who is our Master of Ceremonies, seated below, as well as the other members of the faculty of the AIM, ladies and gentlemen.